that will be taken by the mosquito. Okay, so this is very important. Vivax and ovale, some of the sporozoites gets converted into hypnozoites. Okay, and they will stay, hypnozoites stay for a long period of time. Okay, so if the person is having Vivax malaria, they will be treated, and what are the, these are outside, that will be cleared, and they will be cleared of malarial disease. But these hypnozoites are there forever, so they will produce a recurrent disease. So which means they are silent diseases there in their body. Understand? Okay, Plasmodium falciparum is one of the very dangerous malaria because they make the RBCs to express a protein called Plasmodium falciparum erythrocyte membrane protein. Okay, this protein is very important, which is expressed on the cell membrane of the erythrocyte. Okay, and this they produce black water fever and cerebral malaria, and we discussed detail in the class how they produce black water fever and cerebral malaria. Okay, so these are the ring forms, and you are seeing the schizone here, and this is the gametophyte of the falciparum. And these are the three tests we can diagnose the Plasmodium, presence of Plasmodium in the blood. One is peripheral blood smear examination, and in this examination we can miss sometimes the Plasmodium. These are the two tests which is very good test for the confirmation of the Plasmodium, especially to know Vivax or falciparum. This last QBC is very good. Okay, so this helps us to differentiate easily. So the other parasites, African trypanosomiasis, is caused by Trypanosoma brucei, and they spread through the blood and they affect the brain, meningoencephalitis, and produces sleeping sickness syndrome. So when there is increase in leukocyte, that is called leukocytosis, and when there is increase in neutrophil, it is called neutrophilia. So these are the causes of neutrophilia. All the acute conditions causes increase in neutrophilia. Okay, eosinophilia, increase in eosinophils is called eosinophilia, and these are all the conditions are very important. All the conditions causes eosinophilia. Like there are many conditions. I am giving only the 2-3 conditions which is very important. Okay, these are the conditions which produces eosinophilia. Basophils increase, that is called as basophilia, and these are the two conditions, very common conditions which causes increase in basophil. When there is increase in lymphocytes, it is called lymphocytosis. It is usually seen in the chronic inflammation and lymphoma. See, this is a typical error. Please correct it. Increased in monocytes. Monocytosis, increase in monocytes is called monocytosis. It again increased in the chronic inflammation. Okay.
Increase in basophils, monocytosis.
Increase in monocytes. Okay. So neutropenia, decrease in neutrophils is called neutropenia. This can happen when there is antibacterial infection or antibacterial you are giving or anti-inflammatory drugs you are giving. You should be very careful when you give these drugs when there is neutropenia. And sometimes the infections can cause decrease in the blood cell count of the neutrophil. And cancer treatment will reduce the neutrophil. So okay, we took an example of bone marrow transplantation case, and we discussed, and diabetic case we discussed, and gram negative what happens we discussed. Okay, so I think we discussed 3-4 times. Okay, so neutropenia, in the end we should be very careful because it may lead to septicemia, and the septicemia may lead to severe edema, DIC, and microangiohemolytic anemia and consumption coagulopathy, which can leads to the multi-organ failure. Okay. Decrease in lymphocyte is called lymphocytopenia, and most of the time in this level you should not forget HIV causes severe lymphocytopenia. Okay. Now lymph node. Lymph node, when it is enlarged, it is called lymphadenopathy. When there is inflammation, it is called lymphadenitis. When the lymphatic vessel gets inflammation, it is called lymphangitis. And types of lymphadenopathy basically we classify into localized or generalized. Localized means, for example, if there is scalp infection, there will be cervical lymphadenopathy. Okay, cervical lymph nodes are enlarged. If there is oral infection, cervical lymph nodes are enlarged. Because only cervical node is enlarged, it is called localized. If 2-3 areas involved, it is called generalized. See, localized lymphadenopathy, no need to worry much, because most probably it will be of infection or reaction. Okay, but generalized lymphadenopathy, we should be very careful. Maybe of severe viral infection, or maybe of even lymphomas. Okay, or any other cancer. But you should be very careful when you are dealing with generalized lymphadenopathy. Okay. So these are the causes of lymphadenopathy, and so lymphadenopathy, if you see microscopically, there are 3 types of hyperplasia seen. Okay, follicular hyperplasia, paracortical hyperplasia, and sinus histiocytosis. The line which I marked, at least you should know that. Okay, it's very important. What causes follicular hyperplasia? What causes paracortical hyperplasia? What causes sinus histiocytosis? Okay, so these are the